Welcome back, everybody. We're here to pull cards for September the 13th. I am going to be pulling one card for overall energy. After that, we'll look at one card for each sign and the zodiac, and we'll blend those energies together to get our prediction for a theme going on during the day. So let's see what comes up as overall energy. If you know your sun sign, you can get a little bit of juice out of a little reading like this. If you know your rising sign and therefore your houses, you can actually get a lot of insight on one day on a quick reading like this. So overall energy is the Seven of Rods showing up in reverse. Now, Seven of Rods in reverse is a card that talks about this idea of lowering our standards or letting down our boundaries. So sometimes this is very literally lowering our standards around something that we're doing or something that we're looking for. Sometimes this is lowering our boundaries. Maybe there was somebody that we didn't want to talk to about a particular thing or somebody we didn't want to talk to at all. This is letting those boundaries down. Okay, so we're going to see how this plays out for everybody as we go through the zodiac, see which way it's actually showing up for us all. Let's just put on our seatbelts and our hard hats, buckle up. Let's see what we got. We're starting with Aries. Aries, you've got a Queen of Pentacles showing up here. I do feel like you are lowering your boundaries on something when it comes to this Queen of Pentacles type personality. In other words, you're allowing them more access to you in some way than what you have previously or what you have normally. Now, who is this Queen of Pentacles? This is going to be somebody who is very well grounded. They're very aware of the physical, the tangible, the 3D world. This is going to be somebody that is very comfortable in that 3D world as well. They're very secure. A lot of times they're very laid back. Okay, so this can be somebody who they just want to offer you some kind of tangible help, or maybe they want to give you some kind of advice about how to improve things in your tangible life. So this is the type of person that we see you opening up to and letting down those boundaries more than what you have in the past. For some of you, this is going to be more than what you have to this person in the past. For others of you, this is going to be more than what you usually do in general. Okay. Now let's take a peek at Taurus. Taurus, Taurus. Interesting. We've got another Pentacles Court card coming up here. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. What's going on here? Hmm. Taurus, what I basically see here between these two cards is that we are being a little bit reckless with our tangible goods or with our money. So we do have free will. If we see something coming up that we're not too thrilled about, we can turn that around through changing our intentions. But I do see some kind of recklessness coming up here. For some of you, this is driving a car a little recklessly. For some of us, this is just not paying attention to the budget like we normally do. We are dropping our standards here on this. Okay. All right, let's look at Gemini. 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 Okay, well, we're out of the Pentacle suit now. Geminis, you guys have the Page of Rods. Now, this is interesting. For a lot of you, you're going to be interacting with a little one. For others of you, you're just going to be interacting with somebody who is a little less mature than you. Um, and when I say little one, I mean like a young person. Da, 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 da. I think you're going to be lowering your expectations or your standards with them. You know, maybe you tell them, only 2 hours of screen time a night. I mean, I don't know what's realistic. I'm not like, it's been a long time since I've been a stepmom. But let's say, for example, you're telling them, normally you tell them only 2 hours of screen time in the evening. And it may be that you're lowering the standards. Maybe you're saying, oh, okay, we can do a few more minutes. Maybe they're not feeling good. And so you're just trying to go easy on them. Maybe you're not feeling good. And so your standards are coming down. You're like, oh, the screen, that's the babysitter. That is so tempting today. Now, it doesn't have to be anything about screen time. That was just an example, but I do think that you are lowering the standards or lowering the expectations a little bit with somebody who is uh, definitely less mature than you, probably literally a little person for a lot of you. And this is somebody who's going to be very outgoing, very sunshiny, somebody who likes to have other people feeling good around them. All right, let's see here. Looking at Cancers, King of Pentacles. Okay, so Cancers, this is somebody that you're interacting with and you're kind of opening up to a little bit more than what you have before. This is somebody who's very grounded, down to earth, probably very secure in their 3D world. A lot of times, readers will tell you that a King of Pentacles is very wealthy or very well off. That can be, and many times that's true, but I have seen a King of Pentacles show up as somebody who is not necessarily well off, but they're very comfortable with what they have. You know, they're not trying to grasp for more. They're not desperately scratching. They're just in a very laid back place, comfortable with what they have and making it work. All right. So this is somebody who is very stable, very secure. And that's not only financially, but also emotionally as well. And so Cancers, I see you opening up to this person more than uh, more than the average Joe, let's say. Okay. Now let's look at Leo. Leo, Leo. Okay, Leos. You guys got the King of Rods. You're playing right into your own court today. Boop, ba-da-doo-doo. Leos, I think you're letting yourself off the hook a little bit for something that you normally um, nail yourself to the cross to, so to speak. You're kind of allowing yourself that room to be human today. Hmm. Interesting. Because I think normally you have very high standards for yourself. And today you're just saying, you know what? It's okay if I'm not exactly perfect. It's okay if I'm like 89% there. Good for you. I like that old saying, you know, that we are perfectly imperfect. Boop-a-da-doo-doo, boop-a-da-doo-doo. None of us is perfect compared to somebody else's standard because each of us is unique and different. Boop-a-da-doo-doo, Virgo. Four of Rods. Okay. Virgos, you may be letting down some kind of standards if you're house hunting or around home or your home base, letting down some kind of standards. Maybe, maybe you kept all of your things in your home, white glove inspection standard, and maybe now something's going on and you're realizing, well, can't live up to that standard in my home anymore. So standards in the home may be going down. Standards about home in general may be going down. Or this alternatively could be that you're opening up to family. I feel like for most of you Virgos, this is actually something more to do with the home and standards about home or inside the home are being lowered a little bit. That's not always a bad thing to lower standards if our standards are set too high. Um, it's not always a good thing either. You guys are going to know. You guys are going to know if it's a good or bad thing in your life. Next up, we're looking at Libra. Okay, Libra's Page of Cups. We've got people all over the place today. Page of Cups, Libra, interacting with somebody younger than you. Somebody could be a little bit naive, a little bit Pollyanna-ish in the way that they view the world. I think you're opening up to them. You're talking to them more than you would normally talk to somebody. All right. Then Scorpio. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. Judgment card coming up in reverse. We have the opportunity to let our standards down if we want to. We're not doing that. We're saying, nay, nay. I've been there. I've got that t-shirt. Nay, nay. Interesting. Let's look at Sagittarius next. Sagittarius. Wheel of Fortune showing up in reverse. Hmm. Sagittarius. This is really a like a heads up for you. This basically says, if you lower your standards, then you set yourself up to make things harder for you than they need to be. With that Wheel of Fortune in reverse, we don't want to do that. So keep holding the standards, keep expecting that you can meet them, or that you can meet somebody that can meet them. But don't give up on your standards, Sagittarius. Otherwise, it does not lead to good things. And we like good things. Okay, Capricorn, you just had a bunch of cards fly. We're not taking off all of those. Let's see what shows up next. Capricorn. Capricorn, Capricorn. Four of Pentacles, Capricorns. You guys have been saving and saving and saving and saving and saving and saving and saving. You're lowering your standards a little bit about how much you've been saving. So you may be spending some of that savings today, or you may be saying, you know what, I don't have to save this much of every paycheck. There's something here where the standards are being lowered about the savings that you've been putting back or that you want to put back. Aquarius. Maybe you're finding out something costs less, Capricorn. Aquarius, you guys have these 6 of Cups. Boop ba da doo doo. Aquarius, I just get the strong sense that there's something to do with children in your life today where you're sort of allowing them to cross over into territory that you would not normally allow them into in your life. Boop ba da doo doo. For most of you, this is going to be actual tangible children. For others of you, this is going to be memories about childhood that you thought you had pushed away. Good memories, by the way. Next up, we're looking at Pisces. Pisces, you got your own major arcana here. The moon. Pisces, this just tells me that you are open to what's going on in your subconscious today, much more than you normally would be. Good for you, Pisces. We like that. That's how you get some healing done, some self-work accomplished. Good for you. All right. Well, thank you everybody so much for being here and spending some of your precious time with me. I do appreciate it. Remember, you guys are my fabulous sponsors. So remember to put a thumbs up, share this video out to the world if you think it might benefit somebody else. And also put your comments down below so I know how I'm doing for y'all. Of course, I am doing readings and Reiki sessions today. So get a hold of me. All my contact information is right there on my website and we'll get you scheduled as quickly as possible. Everyone have a fantastic day. Peace out.